When Nintendo added Super Mario Strikers to the GameCube NSO lineup, I wasn't exactly disappointed, but I wasn't really thrilled either. It was exciting to see GameCube support continue, sure, but I'd been quietly hoping for something with a little bit more weight behind it. Luigi's Mansion perhaps, or maybe one of the Pokemon spin-offs. Instead, we got Mario playing soccer in a game that I'd never touched before. I've only ever played the Modern Strikers entry on Switch, which really didn't make an impression on me personally. Its style felt muted, and the gameplay didn't feel like it left much of a mark at all. So I figured the GameCube original would be more of the same, fine for a few minutes, but nothing I'd feel compelled to revisit. That night, I wasn't even planning on trying it. My friend and I had a session of Baldur's Gate 3 scheduled, but we were both too tired to commit. So instead, we jumped on a Discord call and caught up while we chipped away at work. Then I half-jokingly said, "Hey, that new Mario Strikers game came to GameCube, want to try it for a round?" And we fired it up, and within minutes, the night took a turn that neither of us expected. To be honest, my enthusiasm going in wasn't exactly sky high, but it wasn't really negative either. It was more of a, why not, curiosity. That said, things didn't exactly kick off smoothly, and in a reversal to our last session, which was the silky smooth round of Soul Calibur 2, my mate and I spent nearly 10 minutes fighting against network hiccups and input lag, disconnections, freezes, and the whole works. Just long enough to sap any momentum we had and leave us hovering over the give up and play solo button. But we finally got in, and my initial impression probably didn't help either. From the bare bones menu to the minimalist options, it didn't exactly scream hidden gem, and I found myself wondering, what was I missing? Because so far, it didn't seem like much. And then the match started. Within minutes, Waluigi was doing victory pelvic thrusts, my mate was making waddling noises every time Birdo touched the ball, and we were genuinely laughing out loud. The charm of it all, the exaggerated animations, the brutal tackles, the sheer ridiculous energy flipped the mood in an instant. Despite getting absolutely demolished in the earlier rounds, I was completely hooked. We started picking up on little details like the way your teammate raises their hand to signal a pass, the speed that you could gain by stringing together perfect moves, and we kept stopping mid-match to try and figure out these mechanics, like two kids trying to crack a fighting game open. It was like, wait, how did you do that? And then we discovered how to use items, and then the chaos went to the next level. What stood out to me most was just how easy Strikers was to play, but difficult to master, and I know that that's a very tired phrase in game reviews, but it's true. It has that classic Nintendo gameplay ethos, fun first with just enough depth to reward experimentation. It's just you, a ball, and the growing urge to crush your opponent with a well-timed tackle. The controls were instantly intuitive. Pass, shoot, tackle, and items were all you had to manage. And when you're holding the ball, the tackle button becomes a dodge. And despite having this knowledge, I still spent most of my time in games getting shoulder-trekked straight into the electric fence, painfully often. But after just a few matches, I felt like I'd been playing the game for years. Setting up plays became second nature, and we quickly started setting traps for each other by pre-tackling players we knew were about to receive a pass. And it all sounds cutthroat, but it was all just good fun. Just two mates trying to outwit each other with last-second reads and dirty plays. The pass-kick combo and super shot became our go-to moves, and though the super shot rarely landed, watching someone charge it up added instant drama. We'd both drop everything in a mad scramble to try and tackle and interrupt the animation, and it was so chaotic and savage and way more competitive than I expected. We still had connection issues mid-game, which resulted in frame drops, hiccups and slowdowns, especially during super shots, but we powered through, because even with the jank, this game was ridiculously fun. We ended up playing for a solid 2 hours, not out of an obligation to test it properly, but because we were just having such a great time. Only after I lost about 6 or 7 consecutive matches in a row did we finally stop, and switch over to a few rounds of Mario Golf. Which, let the record state, I won that and redeemed myself. But that's what makes Strikers such a great fit for NSO. The short match lengths and instant accessibility make it ideal for pick up and play sessions, whether you're on the couch with friends or playing portably. It doesn't demand a big time commitment. Although, one match sometimes becomes 3, then 5, then let's just do this one more time because I need to win. But it also stands out in the current GameCube NSO lineup, because while there are multiplayer offerings with F-Zero GX and Soul Calibur 2, Strikers feels like the first real party-style title to join the selection as something a bit more chaotic and colourful, and just genuinely easy to share. It's exactly the sort of game that you can hand off to anyone, whether they've played a Mario Sports title before or not, and that's coming from me, someone who doesn't really play sports at all, in both real life and video games. It felt like a smart, stylish entry point to the genre without getting bogged down in stats, formation, or even real-world rules. It's sport Nintendo style, fast, fun, and just kind of ridiculous. If there's one thing that Mario Strikers has taught me, it's this: don't judge a game by its cover, or its quiet NSO debut. I went in with very low expectations, and I came out laughing, and I even decided to replay matches just to capture some extra footage and relive the chaos. I genuinely enjoyed my time with it, and I'm already looking forward to jumping back on for some more and unlocking some more stadiums. Striker's given me a new appreciation for games that I may have missed the first time around. I didn't grow up with it, and I didn't really know the mechanics, and I wasn't drawn in by nostalgia, but it still clicked. That has me more excited than ever to see what else now lands on the GameCube app. If this is what I overlooked, then what other games did I miss that could still surprise me? Wind Waker to me was still the highlight of the GameCube NSO, no question about it. But Strikers now holds a completely different kind of place. It's the game I'll pull out when mates are around and when we yell at the TV and shoulder check each other into electric fences. It's one of the funniest, chaotic, and most instant kinds of fun I've had on the NSO service so far. And it's kind of amazing how well this old game holds up against today's standards. I'm not someone who likes to say the good old days were better, but I will say that a lot of those games were just built around the concept of fun, first and foremost. And with Super Mario Strikers, that focus still shines through. Now, while Super Mario Strikers wasn't really on my radar because I didn't grow up with it, I didn't ask for it, and almost didn't give it a fair shot, I'm so glad I did, because it was one of the most fun surprises I've had on GameCube NSO so far. If you've never played it, don't let its age or niche status put you off. It's fast, funny, chaotic, and incredibly easy to enjoy, even if you don't normally play sports games. So, grab a friend, fire it up, and see how long it takes before someone gets shoulder checked into the electric fence. Some of these games just might surprise you. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, the best way you can support What's It Like is by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends. For more reviews, click on the thumbnails to the right, and for everything Nintendo, check out whatsItlike.com.au.